Are you implementing the laws which is existent? There are enough laws to deal with all kinds of fake news, but why no action is being taken?
Thank you. So you got the gist of what he said just now, that there's laws upon laws, and then they're trying to say this is not effective or hard enough, and let's bring in new laws. So that was the point I got. Our next speaker, in fact, I think he's going to mention it, but I might as well do it, had introduced right to privacy bill in Parliament. So, fully qualified to talk about this. Panda.
Thank you, Chairman. Great to see this fantastic audience and your great passion for the subject. Compliments. Talking about passion, I'm going to make two concessions at the beginning. I'm not going to try to compete with the passion of Ashutosh. Nor, especially, will I even attempt to compete with the mighty vocabulary of I'm here to speak for the motion with humility and appealing to you with logic and reason. As mentioned, I have filed the first ever bill for data security and privacy in India's parliament. And two things followed it. One, major national newspaper said that this was the right way to argue and that it should form the basis of our legislation for this. And later, when the Supreme Court judgment came, it almost exactly endorsed what I had been arguing for. I do urge you to read the Supreme Court judgment at some point. I would like to say this, that this argument of national security versus privacy is not a binary. This is a question that the moderator asked. In fact, it's about more than just national security and privacy. So, for example, the real debate, but I'll come back to national security, is about convenience versus privacy. All of us have downloaded apps. All of us have used social media and websites where we have either willingly or thoughtlessly given up our privacy. When we sign those very complex terms and conditions. This is the modern challenge. But to say that it is not about terrorism is not true, especially in this city. You have seen that there is a national security challenge, and my friend Indul Sengupta explained that to you. Now, Mumbai has had a large number of terrorist attacks, which in fact it is the job of national security to counter. It's a good thing that in recent years we've been able to tackle this to some extent. There have not been that many repeated attacks in recent years. That doesn't mean we can be complacent. So what do I mean by it's not a binary? I mean that we are not living in the 16th century today. We are living in the 21st century, and I gave you an example about how all of us compromise our privacy for convenience. Now, in the 16th century, if you wanted to live like a hermit, it would have been much more possible. Today, if you want absolute privacy and you want to live like a hermit, you can't use most of these facilities of the modern world. And it will be difficult to live the life as we know it in the 21st century. Now, as a society, we have agreed, sometimes consciously and sometimes tacitly. There was reference to CCTV cameras. This started happening about 2 decades ago. It's used for mundane things like stopping traffic violations. It is also used for national security. If you travel to other countries now, you will increasingly find that the process of going through immigration is much simpler. It's a convenience, but also because whether you agree agree or not, you have tacitly agreed that there is a camera at immigration that does facial recognition and says, you are not a terrorist. So, what it comes down to is, in my bill I had argued that privacy must be a fundamental right, but with a few caveats. And the Supreme Court ruled exactly that privacy must be a fundamental right and a few caveats. What does that mean? It means that for almost all the time, our right to privacy is fundamental and should not be violated. But it also means that if we are going to live in the 21st century, if we want not just convenience, but we also want safety, we will have to make a few exceptions. Now, here is the important point. The exceptions cannot be wanton, cannot be gratuitous. It is not a binary, as my friends are arguing, that by agreeing to concede some element of privacy to have a societal understanding on safety, we are giving everything up. So I'll conclude my presentation with an example. In the old days, pre-internet, in the best democracies, if you wanted to wiretap, if the agencies wanted to wiretap somebody, they would have to get a magistrate's approval or some form of prima facie evidence before they could do that. How does that work today? This is the illustration I want to give. So today governments, not just your social media companies which have your data, governments have supercomputers, national security agencies have algorithms to monitor billions of messages, SMSs, emails. That may sound terrible, but initially, at the first instance, it's not, because it's metadata. They survey billions of data which does not trace back to you. So there's no privacy issue. But just imagine, if one email address or one IP address is several hundred times a week talking about RDX. Now you and I may have an interest in RDX, we may be curious, we may ask about it, we may be researching about it. But if one email ID is 1,000 times a week, the algorithms catch it talking about RDX, would you agree that perhaps there is cause to drill down deeper and find out why? I conclude by saying you cannot be at the whim of a government or a government officer. I urge you to argue for checks and balances to decide which are those narrow exceptions where national security must prevail. That's what the Supreme Court has said. We must all agree what are those narrow exceptions. Otherwise, the issue is clear. Thank you.
Me as a citizen, and there are millions in this country who may not download apps, who may not be on WhatsApp, who may not want to associate, and though going off the grid is not possible, but who may reduce voluntarily or unknowingly or foolishly giving up information. And yet, what you're suggesting, because you've talked about billions of phone calls and Facebook, etc., and yet may have no option but to be monitored. So, isn't this example of how we give up our data, so therefore logically why not, a somewhat misleading one?
Yes, it is.
So that's a great question. And like I was saying in the beginning, if you want to live off the grid, as you said, some people try, it's difficult to live a 21st century life. If you want to be totally off the grid. For example, you can't now travel to many countries. If you say that I want my privacy, I don't want to give fingerprints, I don't want to have my facial scan. Okay? If you don't want certain element of your privacy being compromised, then you have a much more laborious process of proving your address, of proving your identity, and so on and so forth. Yes, of course you can choose to do that. All I'm saying is, today a very infinitesimally small portion of the population can do that and somehow survive. Whereas in the 16th century, a large percentage of the population could have decided to live like hermits, live unconnected from society. It's not possible. All I'm saying is, it is not a binary. Now, one final thing, when it comes to convenience versus loss of privacy, consent is a must. Whether it is consent to Facebook or Google or whoever. When it comes to national security, if we say that we must have a consent of a terrorist before we drill down to his address, so it can't be consent. It must be, we must agree as a society and we must legislate that there must be very narrow exceptions where privacy can be invaded. And what are the conditions in which we all agree as a society? I give you the RDX example, where privacy may be invaded because there is prima facie evidence that somebody is compromising national security and our security. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have to say that my task has been made somewhat simple because in a debate, the job of the proposition is to move and prove a motion that national security is more important than individual privacy. More important. But in fact, we're not saying that national security is not important. We're saying it is also important, but just as important as individual privacy. And that proposition has not been refuted by the speakers on the other side. So when Hindal Singh Gupta says, national security keeps your privacy safe, and you applaud, look, I applaud it too. I applaud it. Because in saying this, he is essentially conceding that our privacy is important enough to be worth safeguarding through national security. So that's exactly the point of the How is privacy understood in a legal and moral sense? It's basically described as your right to be left alone.
Yes.
It's your freedom to decide in what circumstances and to what extent information about you will be divulged to others. So this entire argument that Jay has made actually is irrelevant to this debate because you have the right to submit your biometrics for a US visa if you want to tomorrow. That's your choice. You make that choice freely. It's not the government that is looking on you from the US to check whether you are so and so before you get granted a visa. That would be illegal. That's the difference. In fact, Justice Bobde, who's going to be Chief Justice from next week, in the judgment on the famous Puliswamy case, he said it includes the right to seclude yourself and to prevent intruders, whether physical or visual, including through instruments, devices, and technical aids. You decide when those intruders can actually intrude into your space. Privacy is also defined in terms of control. Your control about dissemination of information about you, control over the quality and the quantity of information made known to others. I mean, you might not mind somebody, giving your fingerprints, but you might mind them knowing your personal phone number or who you called 5 minutes ago. Privacy is also defined in terms of accessibility. What prevents unwanted access to your life, your data? Why should somebody know? If you're a person of a certain age that you're buying adult diapers, why should somebody know that a particular bachelor is buying ladies' lingerie? These things happen. The government has put itself in a position to be able to find out. Now, privacy actually is valuable for society, for the nation whose security we're talking about, because it enables every individual to have a sense of their own personality, safeguard their dignity, fulfill their dignity. The ability to develop interpersonal relations requires privacy. You protect how much of yourself the other person knows. Intimacy between individuals, between groups of individuals, is essential for peace and harmony in a nation. That intimacy is not possible if you don't have privacy. And at the collective level, therefore, privacy actually influences the character of a society. A society which respects privacy is more robust. Now, all of this has been established by our own Supreme Court, which in the Puliswamy judgment actually declared that it's a fundamental right under Article 21 of our Constitution. So when Jay says, read the Supreme Court judgment, let me assure him I've read it. I've got lots of quotations from it in my hands right now, which I won't use up my 7 minutes on. But it's absolutely a superb judgment. Now, as Ashutosh pointed out, the problem is that most governments are trying to use the excuse of national security to encroach upon your individual privacy. That's what they're against. So, because we would argue that national security is not more important, we would say yes, national security has a right to have some information, but within established guidelines. Collected responsibly, under prescriptions of law. We don't have a law yet. Privacy means you should own your own data, and you decide whether, for example, you're going to give your biometrics as we talked about, but the country that collects that biometrics can only use it for the purpose of giving you a visa and for identifying you when you cross through immigration. It cannot use it for any other purpose. That's the kind of regulation that is required. In the UN, the Human Rights Committee has taken the stand that states must take effective measures to ensure that information concerning any person's private life does not reach the hands of persons who are not authorized by law to receive, process, and use it. So the national security example that Jay gave so reasonably and persuasively, and we all applauded, actually that is an institution that is authorized by law to receive that kind of information. That would be permissible in the kind of regulatory environment we're talking about. When you're looking at terrorism in particular, the fact is that it becomes very, very easy to misuse. So most international standards specify that it must be proportionate. And all these exceptions must be supervised by an external independent authority. If you have clear and cogent regulations, implemented with vigilance and integrity, we wouldn't need to worry. But look what happened just now on this NSO snooping scandal, the Pegasus software that was used. We have our government claiming completely disingenuously that they have written to WhatsApp to complain. My WhatsApp is the victim. They've been slipped off. Why don't you write to the people, NSO, who issued the software? Because NSO says they only give the software to governments. Now, these are questions that are national for us to ask. And the fact is that while Jay again made a good argument about RTX in people's emails, the fact is there is a very detailed study published in the Wired magazine. So I'm not currying favor with the chairman, not Wired, but Wired in the US. Says that they've done detailed studies that mass surveillance, like what Jay is recommending, is not only intrusive but is actually proven to be ineffective, because the majority of terrorism-related incidents have been carried out by people already suspected by intelligence agencies and on the government radar for one reason or the other. It's not by snooping into your saying RDX, which might be, for all you know, the initials of your girlfriend. They can actually do a better job by looking for people already on various national and international lists of suspects for terrorism. The final point I wanted to make is that national security, very simply, is not just the safety of abstract ideas or inanimate institutions like the government, but it's the security of people. It's your security, human security.
Get another opportunity in a couple of minutes. So, in sum, because one could get a sense of how the audience, I must say, was rather fair and open-minded. It was ready to applaud. Every speaker acknowledged that their points were strong, acknowledged that they were making sense, and that is what good debates are all about. But just to my sense of what's come out so far is that all speakers, and in fact I felt that a couple of speakers were going out of the way to emphasize the need for balance. The motion is pretty clear, so I don't think we should move away from that in our minds. But on the larger issue of what are they all about, I think there is a sense that there should be a balance. The dilemmas lie in the details. The dilemmas lie in, and I think we should all be worried about WhatsApp being cracked. We should be worried because every now and then the citizen looks for one more small refuge to talk privately. As it is, all of you may have heard people saying to you directly or otherwise, you may have heard people saying, better keep your voice down. Let's not be so blatant about saying this already. People have a sense that you have to be a little less than candid. And that's not a good thing. Jay, you brought in the 16th century several times, but I think their life was very different in the 1970s, which is not too far back. Shashi, I think you were trying to say that we should, do it, but with some qualifications, but you were also saying that the idea of the state, I'm sorry I did not give you a minute question after that, so I'm going to ask you. You were saying that the idea of what a society is aggregations of individual liberties. Is that a good summation?
Absolutely. I mean, if national security is about the security of the individual citizen, it's your security we are concerned about. It can't be achieved at the expense of your privacy, which is a violation of your right to feel secure.
I think I got that. But, so, solid points were made. I think Indore began by actually putting down the issues. I felt that he brought in the terrorism part of it. We've all suffered. He's been a citizen, he's been a resident of this city. And Ashutosh, of course, always has his passion as ever. But what we have to decide, and I need to keep that clear, to make that clear to all, what we have to decide for tonight's purpose is whether our opinion has been swayed or not, or our opinion or my mind will changed or not. I keep repeating this because it is important to understand that while we may have strong convictions on a particular subject, and those convictions must hold ground, because in the beginning we saw that the audience was rather overwhelmingly in one direction. We must also consider the quality of the arguments. Everyone's going to get a chance to make rebuttal points for 2 minutes about the others.
Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor says that, well, the people who were already suspected by government, ladies and gentlemen, they are the ones who should be targeted, and they are the ones whose emails and whose messages should be penetrated. Well, Shashi should know